Hi, it's me again. Um, I get asked a lot about creating content for the web and to use in at your meetings and slideshow presentations, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I've always been kind of focused on how-to videos for YouTube is a good way to drive traffic to your society's website and YouTube channel. So I'm kind of focused on that. I did a video previously on capturing the content, mostly on gear, types of cameras to use, other accessories you can use with your phone or with cameras to be able to capture good content. As far as the video is concerned, I want to do a quick separate video to do with audio. Audio is very important. Most of the communication is through audio. There's a lot of visual as far as facial expressions and the eyes and everything, but most of it is audio. People will surprisingly watch really, really bad video if the audio is good and they can understand what you're saying. They will not watch video if it's really, really high quality video and the audio is terrible. If they can't hear you and understand you and make out what you're saying, or the audio is just bad, they won't watch the video. They'll go watch something else instead. So, how do you get good video? Mics. Microphones are important. There's lots of different ways to do it. The key to getting good audio is that I want to make sure that I'm capturing my voice so that you can hear me and hear me clearly. And I want to eliminate background noise that might be going on around me. Birds, wind chimes, air conditioners, fans, the wind blowing around. And those are the things I want to eliminate. First off, a lot of phones these days, if I use a microphone, there's nowhere to plug the darn thing in. They got rid of the audio jack. Silly people. You can buy really inexpensive adapters like that for a few dollars. And this is for an iPhone. It plugs into the lightning port on the iPhone, and there's my audio jack. So I can plug something else into the phone for audio, like a microphone. And you can even get other ones like this, where I can plug in power to power the phone to keep it charged up, and also plug in audio or USB, other things like that. And you can get adapters like this for whether it's Android with a lightning connector, this is lightning, or the newer iPhones with lightning, or in the case of this one, the older iPhones with the, not lightning, USB-C, this is USB-C. This one is lightning. So you can get adapters for any of them. And they just plug into the phone. And now I've got the jack that I need to plug in a microphone. So, microphones. I happen to be using what's known as a lavalier microphone, or a lapel mic. This one is wireless. I use it because it saves me having to have my cables running around. So what I'm wearing is a lavalier mic, like this, and the cord goes down inside my shirt, and there's a little receiver like that that's hooked to my back pocket, and that transmits to a receiver. There's a receiver that's connected to my phone that's recording this video. And that's how I get the mic into the phone for the video. This is from a company called Comica, which makes some pretty good quality microphones, and they're available on Amazon. This also, by the way, if I disconnect this microphone, I could just clip that to my shirt because it's got a little microphone built right on a little transmitter, so I could use it that way. Or I can plug this microphone into the top of it, and I can use the microphone. The nice thing about this is the Comica Boom. The kit comes with one receiver and 2 transmitters. So I'm wearing one of the mics. This is the other mic. I can have both mics connected up to the phone. So if I'm talking to somebody else or interviewing someone, we can both be mic'd, and the phone will pick up the audio for both of us. So this is handy. The other kind of mic I use, this is the mic I use for my camcorders, well, for my cameras. It is called a shotgun mic for a reason. It works kind of like a shotgun. This microphone picks up sound that way. It rejects sound coming from the side, the top, the bottom, or behind it. So it's very, very directional. So I can mount this on the top of my camera or beside my camera, and the camera, and this is pointed at me, it's going to pick up my voice, and it's going to try to ignore any sound that's going on around it, behind it, above it, below it, left, right, off to the side. It's very, very directional. So This is actually the microphone I use most of the time when I'm shooting video. And the way I use that is, as I showed you in the previous video, this is the rig that I normally use for shooting content. That microphone just goes on there and it plugs into the side of the camera, into the mic jack. And I've got my directional mic. I will more and more, I'll use these lavaliers. It's just that with the shotgun, if the camera is going to be close to me and it's not too windy, noisy outside, I can get good audio without having to have a lavalier mic on me. Or I can be walking around, I can talk to other people and point the camera and the microphone at them, and I'll get their voice. I don't have to mic them up with a lavalier. This one, because it's got the foam on it, is pretty good with wind noise if it's not too windy. If it gets really windy, you want to use one of these. This is what's affectionately in the business called a dead cat. And it's called a dead cat because, meow, it looks like a dead cat. Apologies to all those cat lovers out there. So what this does is, this slides over the microphone and helps reject even more wind noise. This, as well as the foam that's on it, is acoustically transparent, so it doesn't muffle the sound at all, but it helps cut down that wind noise. You'll sometimes see when reporters are outdoors in nasty weather and they got their microphones there, they'll have something like that over the microphone to help kill the wind noise, because otherwise all you hear is you can't hear what the person's saying. So dead cat's handy to have. In fact, even these little lavalier microphones come with a teeny tiny little dead cat that goes on top of the lavalier mic. I can either stick it on top of the lav mic, or if I'm not using a lav mic and I'm just using this, it actually pops right on top of that little microphone. And I've got a little dead cat. Dead kitten. Okay, cat lovers are gonna hate me. Send all of you to somebody else. If you're doing something like, say, maybe a roundtable discussion, this is more for just capturing straight audio and not having to worry about video, but you want to have a conversation discussion with several people. You want to have a roundtable discussion. Maybe I've got 2 or 3 people, sitting together, and like the camera's a little bit further back, or I might be using 2 or 3 cameras to capture video. And I want to be able to cut the video between all the different people, kind of like you see on television when they got 2 or 3 or 4 people all talking together. You want to have a microphone that's going to catch up all the voices, and ideally you want just one microphone. What I'll do is, this is a microphone. It's called a Yeti. It's manufactured by a company called Blue Mic. They have a whole range of microphones, from fairly inexpensive to quite expensive professional series. This I like. It's called the Blue Yeti. It's very affordable. It's about $100, $150. There's a headphone in the jack in the bottom, so if I'm recording a session with other people, I can have headphones on to monitor what the mic is picking up. And there's volume adjustment for the headphones. There is a gain adjustment for the microphone, so I can adjust how sensitive the mic is. And I can also adjust the pattern that the mic gets. So I can have the mic so it is just picking up this way, is picking up front and back, so I can sit this between 2 people and record a conversation. It's recording all in front of it, but trying to ignore things that are directly behind it. Or it's recording stereo. So this is a really handy mic because I can use this. It's USB, so what I would do is I would record the audio on a laptop. And I would record video. I might have 1 or 2 or 3 cameras recording video. And then I can take all that content, and in the editing software, I can put it all together, ignore the audio that the cameras picked up, use just the audio that the Yeti picked up, and mix it all together. And I'll tell you a little trick that I use to do that. When I'm recording audio from a different device than the cameras, the problem becomes syncing all that stuff together so that you don't get like an echo effect in the audio, because people, like the old silent movies, well, not the silent movies, but early movies, and the Japanese monster movies, where the lips are moving different than the words, because they're not synchronized properly. How do I avoid that? Well, it's real simple. Before I start every shoot, I do this. It's what we refer to as clapping in the shot, because what that does is it gives me the visual cue of those 3 claps, the hands coming together, And on the audio track, it's going to give me 3 really sharp spikes in the audio of the hands coming together. So it makes it real easy in the editing software to line everything up so it's all in sync and everything sounds fine. I've been doing that for years. At one time, in the early days I used to do a podcast with a buddy of mine. That was 15, 20 years ago. And back then, we didn't have the technology we have now, so we used to record each other's audio separately on our own laptop. And if we had 4 people sitting around the table talking, I had an audio track from 4 different computers that I had to splice together. And that's how we do it. We'd clap in the session and then I'd have those spikes in each of the audio tracks. And if it was video, I'd also have it on the video. So it was easy to sync everything up. I'll kind of show that. I'll actually probably use this video in an editing software and kind of show everybody that at a later date. That's basically all I had to shoot today. And that pretty much covers everything in audio. Just whatever you do, don't use if you can avoid it, don't use the microphones that are built into the phone. The microphone on this phone is here, not here, so it's picking up out the side. And the same with point and shoot cameras. This point and shoot camera, the microphones are actually at the top of it, so that's not helping. And other cameras like camcorders, even though they're in the front, they're not very good microphones, and the microphone is a lot farther away and it's not directional, and you can't put a dead cat on it, so you can't kill wind noise. So you want really good quality audio in your content. Invest a little bit of money in a good quality microphone. And again, I'll make sure links to all this stuff and more information about pricing and costs and stuff like that is all in the credits at the end of the video, and also in the descriptions on the YouTube channel. That's about all I had for today. Thanks for watching. Thanks for downloading. We'll catch you later. Bye for now.